This is Steve. Steve just crashed his plane in the woods. We're going to see if Steve has what it takes to survive in the wilderness. Part 1.
Who are you?
The first thing Steve must do is find shelter. The first place most people look for when lost in the wilderness is a cave. That's a good idea. The only problem is a lot of other animals have had the same idea, and let's face it, they were there first. Everything from the woolly mammoth to the no-nonsense grizzly bear dwell in caves. So the first thing to do is look for animals' feces and make sure nothing bigger than you is living in your potential dwelling. Touch it. Smell it.
What the?
Now that Steve has ruled out the possibility of a cave due to funky fresh feces, he must make his own shelter. Considering the climate in the area, the most effective shelter would be a A-frame shelter. Why, you ask? Because we only accept the best grades from our shelters. Before Steve can build his shelter, he must find a large and sturdy branch pointing downward off a tree in a Y shape toward the ground. Then you'll need to tie the shelter together with rope or a suitable rope substitute. At this time, I would like to tell the audience that a snake is not a suitable rope substitute. This would be the perfect time to go over how to deal with a snake bite. Unfortunately, snake bites aren't covered until part 3. The next step is to find smaller branches to lean up against the central branch. Lean the smaller branches against the central one on both sides, tying each branch to the central one, so that it resembles a basic tent. Now that the skeleton of the shelter is created, it is time to insulate it. Pine works great as an insulator, so you should look for slender pine branches with needles still intact and weave them through the branches until you've filled up any gaps. The last step in insulating is to collect leaves to push into the holes as well as pile on top of the shelter for extra insulation. Not only does this insulation keep heat in, but it keeps wind, rain, and small unwanted creatures out. After your shelter is built, you should start collecting bedding. To do this, get a lot of leaves and other soft foliage. Remember to check for snakes.
Oh no, not the snake! Not the snake!
Once you collect the foliage, pile it up under the central branch. Remember, they will compress overnight, so make the bedding pile as thick as possible. Go inside the shelter and check for any spots that wind or light may be leaking through. If you find any, plug the holes with extra insulation. If not, your shelter is now complete.